Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. My name is Karen Fan.
My name is Falaga Gabru.
My name is Winnie Chen. We are from Newton North High School, and we invented the Pedestrian Alert System. Newton North High School is located approximately 7 miles from here. We are a comprehensive suburban high school that has a strong academic and career and vocational technical education program. We are design and visual communication students who are part of the career and vocational technical education program. Utilizing the many resources within the program, we created the Pedestrian Alert System. Initially, we aimed to solve a real-world problem in a country that only makes an average of $2 per day. As we did more research, we found that the World Health Organization deemed 2011 to 2020 the decade of action for road safety, and noted that road traffic injuries are one of the top 3 leading causes of death for ages 5 to 44 in developing countries. In 2012, road traffic injuries resulted in more than 1.24 million deaths, which is almost equal to the number of deaths caused by HIV, AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. According to the World Health Organization, Ethiopia has one of the worst road traffic fatality rates. Because many of us on the team, including our instructor, are first-generation immigrants, we felt the need to tackle this issue and help developing countries. As we decided to pursue this project, we made several contacts in Ethiopia, including our sister school, St. Joseph's School in Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia. After we finished our Phase 1 electronic components, we sent them a kit of all the technical components of our invention with step-by-step instructions. We are proud to say that we are officially a global team. What you're about to see next is a brief video of a typical day in Addis Ababa. According to our sister school, there are no effective pedestrian alert systems anywhere in Ethiopia. Only footbridges that are implemented by the government above main roads to prevent jaywalking exist for pedestrians, but they don't take the time to walk 15 to 20 minutes to these footbridges, in addition to 3 flights of stairs. Instead, many pedestrians jump over concrete barriers and gates, weave through traffic, and run across the road just to get to the other side. Now I will turn it over to Falaga, who will talk about how the invention works.
Thank you, Winnie. So the invention consists of a crossing system, which notifies pedestrians when it's safe to cross, and 2 sensor systems, one on each side of the road, that detect the speed of oncoming traffic. The sensor system utilizes 2 lasers, and using the time difference between when a car breaks the first and second beam, calculates the velocity of a vehicle and when we get past the crosswalk. This information is then sent to the crossing system to determine when it's safe for a pedestrian to cross. Now, Winnie will help me demonstrate how the system works through a simple simulation. Once a pedestrian swipes their hand over the infrared sensor, the system waits for confirmation from both sides of the road to determine whether or not it's safe for a pedestrian to cross. While it waits for this confirmation, it turns red to let the pedestrian know that it's not safe to cross yet. Once it gets a safety confirmation from both sides of the street, it turns green to let the pedestrian know that it's now safe to cross. Additionally, there will be LED strips on the ground to notify the drivers of a crossing pedestrian. And there's the green light, as you can see right there. We are using Arduino, a microprocessing board, as the brain of our invention, and radio frequency transmitters to get the different components to communicate. Some of the key technical challenges include getting the different components to communicate in a cohesive manner, and ensuring that the lasers are responsive at a speed a car would break them. In order to be environmentally friendly, self-sustaining, and independent of the unstable conduits in Ethiopia, the system will be completely powered by solar energy. Now I'll turn it over to Karen, who will talk about the invention's aesthetics.
Thank you, Falaga. Faced with the technical constraints of our invention, we had to design structures that were both practical and aesthetically appealing. So that our invention would be visible to approaching vehicles, we observed existing traffic systems and made our invention 10 feet tall. We also placed a hand swipe 41 inches above the ground so that both children and adults can easily access it. The sloped sides of the invention ensure that it will take up relatively little space on the sidewalk. We would then maintain its stability and resistance against collisions by constructing a cement base on the bottom of the invention. Aside from focusing on the practical aspects, we also designed our invention so that it would be non-intrusive and culturally adaptable. We chose to incorporate wings into our design as it is a prevalent symbol in Ethiopian art, and we also modeled the other structure after the Axum obelisk, a national monument in Ethiopia. Throughout the design process, we often consulted with the Ethiopian community and our teammates in St. Joseph's School in Addis Ababa. Now to Winnie.
In conclusion, we were able to invent a pedestrian alert system to save lives in Ethiopia by giving pedestrians a right-of-way and warning drivers of crossing pedestrians. Our invention is environmentally friendly and self-sustaining. We strongly believe that we will make a real impact on the Ethiopian community. Please come by our showcase to see all the technical components and the educational aspect of our invention.
We would like to recognize the Newton North InvenTeam, I guess. You'll notice that some of them are wearing St. Joseph t-shirts, and we've also sent our sister school our InvenTeam polos. We are very fortunate to be working with the Career and Vocational Technical Education program, especially with engineering and drafting students. We've been working with our Ethiopian teammates throughout the project. They've sent us crucial information that we need to determine our algorithms. They've sent us answers, pictures, videos, and their school t-shirts. And we've been keeping in contact via email through our Ethiopian mentors, Zega, Desiree, and Yarid, and we'll continue to work with them next year. Okay?
We would like to take the time to thank the Lemelson MIT program, our key mentors, our supporters, and our teammates at St. Joseph's School for all their help. We will also like to thank the Newton community for all their support. And most of all, we would like to thank Ms. Brooks for leading our team through all the phases of the project. She's the reason why we're here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brooks.
And now we'd like to open up for questions.
Have you found the speed at which the lasers no longer function?
We've experimented with them at fairly high speeds, but that's something that the sister school would do next year when they're actually implementing it in the streets of Ethiopia. But there's no specific speed that we've experimented with thus far.
You said that the footbridges that the government implemented were, 15, 20 minutes walk away? So how much would it cost for each of these to be made at locations that people could actually walk to in a timely manner?
So the
$3,700.
Yeah. But then it's pretty costly to construct the footbridges themselves, so that's why they're spaced pretty far apart. So then our invention would be much cheaper and much more time efficient, because it takes a while to construct the footbridges because they're pretty big and stuff.
And that price would also come down because of the recycled material that we would use when being constructed in Ethiopia, which is cheaper down there.